Hi, my name is Amy Niblack. Welcome to my channel. So today, while I'm waiting for my grocery pickup, I thought I would give you guys a few tips on ways to simplify your life. As moms, we definitely get all busy and caught up with all the things we need to do, and we do things the way we've always done things, and sometimes we forget that there really is a simpler way to do some things. And for example, grocery pickup has been amazing. Saves me time, even if there's a few things they're out of and I have to run in to the store later in the week. Just having the bulk of my groceries delivered to the back of my van is amazing. So that was just a freebie. Let me give you a couple more simple living tips. So one of my biggest tips is learning to live with a routine. I didn't really have one when my kids were young, and I'm not really a routine person. I'm not talking about a schedule. I'm definitely not a schedule person, but just a basic routine that you do every day. It could be, changed for the day of the week. For example, if you always go to library story time on Tuesdays, well, that's just part of your Tuesday routine, but it's the same routine. But you have a similar things that you do when you get up in the morning. You have breakfast at a similar time, naps are at a similar time, lunch, dinner time is at the same-ish time each day, bedtime is the same-ish each day, depending on if you have something that evening. But trying to keep things as consistent as possible. This helps your kids know what's going on, and there's less likely to throw fits because you're doing something out of the norm that they weren't expecting. And it also just helps the flow of your day go so much better because you don't even have to think. You just do the same thing over and over again. And I highly recommend building a routine in your day. If you want to learn more about that, definitely jump over to mamareflections.com, and I have some tips on building morning routines, daily routines, bedtime routines, you name it, I got it. Do you ever find yourself looking at the clock, it's 5 p.m. and you have no clue what you're going to make for supper? So you see what you have, you think you have a plan, and then you go and look for the ingredients and realize you're missing two things. So one of the things that I have found super helpful is meal planning. And I know it sounds boring, but it's such a lifesaver. You always know what you're gonna make. You have a few simple backup meals up your sleeve. For example, for me, it's usually chicken nuggets and frozen pizza or mac and cheese. If something goes crazy, you get home later than you were expecting some afternoon, you have a plan, or if you forgot to thaw out the meat or throw something in the crock pot, you have a plan. But menu planning can help you so much in the planning of your day and in the craziness of that evening time period. And I definitely recommend, depending on the season of life you're in, doing simple meals. Simple one-pot meals, crock pot meals, sheet pan meals. Those really can take up minimal time, minimal dishes for cleaning up, and it'll save you time and save your sanity too. A third tip I have for you is decluttering as much as possible. I'm definitely not a minimalist by any means, but decluttering toys we don't use, double toys, getting rid of cheap, noisy toys, and craft supplies that are everywhere has been such a game changer. Having a home for everything that you do, you do declutter, and then you decide what you're going to keep, make sure you have a home for it. And it just makes cleaning up so much more simple when you have less stuff. Cleaning is much more simple when you have less knickknacks and things to dust around. So definitely jump on the decluttering bandwagon because it can really save you time, and also your home looks so much more peaceful when there's less stuff taking up space. For me, my countertops are a big problem area, so putting a basket there and putting the stuff I would normally just put on the counter in a basket helps, and then periodically I go through that basket and empty things out. So that's examples of decluttering, but definitely as a mom with 6 children, toys is a big one. So I'm sure that would be a big help to you. Definitely start decluttering. Another thing I've found super helpful is learning to say no. I talked about this a little bit in my last video, that some people just like to be on the go all the time. Some people thrive with feeling needed and busy. I'm not one of those. And if you're here, I'm guessing maybe you're not either. You want to simplify as much as possible. So with that comes learning to say no. You can tell people if they ask you to do something, say, let me check my calendar, I'll get back to you. You can say, I'm in a busy season right now, I really can't take on any more things, but ask me in the future and maybe I'll be able to help you then. You can even praise what they're doing, but say, like, I can't take any more on my plate right now, it's just not a possibility. Thinking about those things that you truly want to prioritize in life. It's all different for every one of us. Like maybe you want to prioritize one activity for your kids and one for yourself. Maybe you have a family commitment that you really want to do, or family serving opportunity that you want to make sure you have time for. Like, it's really good to prioritize those things that are truly important to you and say no to the rest. It doesn't have to look like, you don't have to look like what every other mom is doing, but you do need to hold yourself accountable for what's important to you and what God has laid on your heart, and pursue those things instead. One last tip I have for you is starting a capsule wardrobe. Now, this can seem a little overwhelming at first. You want plenty of options of things to wear, but simplifying, I'm not talking about going down to like 15 pieces of clothes or anything. Some people can do that. If you want to do that, that's fine. I personally like to have color. I don't do just black and white or gray, but I have things that will mix and match with several items. So I keep a couple colored bottoms, usually solids, and then I have some printed tops, a few plain tops, and the colored tops can go with like at least 2 or 3, actually usually 3 or 4 pairs of pants or bottoms. And building a capsule wardrobe in that way is super helpful. You don't have to think about what you're going to wear. You're keeping what you love and what you feel, looks good on you. And one of my favorite things to do is like kind of have a color palette for that season. It varies depending whether it's spring or fall, go a little darker or lighter, but in general it's been the same every year, the same basic colors for that season. And I just love it. It's colors that are my favorites. Like, for example, I love like teal and coral, but so in the summer that might be more aqua and coral, and in the fall it might be more like rust colored and a darker teal. But having those similar colors helps everything in your closet go together, but you still have some color. So I definitely encourage you to try that and see how it helps you. So there you have it, my top tips for simplifying life. If you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to get more content from me. And also let me know in the comments what kind of videos you would like me to do, what you need some help with, and I would love to help you out as much as I can. Be sure to also find me on mamareflections.com or on purposemama.com. I'll talk to you next time. Have a great day.